With over a decade of experience in manpower optimization, what key shifts have you observed in how organizations approach workforce efficiency, especially in the post-pandemic era?
Okay, Cik Fahmi, thank you for the question. So maybe I start with two things that I observe quite significant shift. Pertama sekali, management and companies, organizations now are very serious about technology adoptions. They are requesting companies, consultants to always measure the efficiency and effectiveness with the presence of technology. Because this is also shown widely across the world, across industries, that companies that take technology adoption seriously increase productivity for more than 30% and reduce manpower needs about 15 to 20%. So everybody wants to take this into their strategic move and how they can increase their profit and impact to the stakeholders. So these are the two things that companies take into consideration. First, the technology adoption, and secondly, we can see that human resource are also looking at different aspects when they do recruitment. For example, they would really like to see personality that they can have in the organizations that can do multitasking. If you see now, almost everybody or every organizations will have everybody in the company involved in their social media posting. If you see companies like Talent Corp, you see companies like KWSP, they have the whole employees giving them the whole commitments to share their experience. So one of the key things that organizations start to appreciate is the capability of the talent in social presence. Not just technical competency, nerd, subject matter experts, but ability to increase the organization value throughout all platforms and also relationship. So these are two things that we can see organizations are more open and taking it as strategic move on their HR and also developing their talents in these areas.
You have conducted roughly about 160 plus sessions for GLCs, MNCs and SMEs. What common gaps do you see in how companies design roles and utilize talent?
Right, this is quite a crucial question, Cik Fahmi. The common gap, number one is in their HR ability to make, understand and define the whole functions throughout their business model or operating model. So this one gap we can see most HR are not interested with other department function. They just in silo thinking that they just deal with recruitments and paying salary, take care of leaves and perks, but they lack of empathize and also trying to be the key partners to all other functions. This is number gap in most HR in across GLC, MNC. Sometimes we see even in matters like key performance indicator, HR will say, oh, this is strategic planning work, and then strategic planning said, no, this is HR work. So whose work is this? So if HR is silo in optimizing and utilizing the talent and key resources, this will impact the company negatively. That's number one. And number two, the ability of HR across industry to take competency seriously. Competency here is not more defined like 10 years ago, where it is just technical competency. Competency that HR must put serious considerations are like system process thinking across organizational value chain. Leadership competencies. These are a lot more competencies that HR must identify, assess and strategically design for their company to meet up with their 3 to 5 years, 10 years strategic plan. So these are the two things that we see very lacking in most HR across organizations.
Many SMEs struggle with doing more with less. What is the first step leaders should take to optimize their workforce without burning their team?
Yep, that is one issues that have been discussed but still poorly managed because not all business owners, founders or HR that work with them have taken this into a full understanding of organizational development. So first thing that all top management, whether you are leadership team, your founder, business owners or board, is to be realistic on capacity. You see, what stretch people is the not requirement, the expectation that is not realistic. For example, the word that we use, I want this yesterday, why don't you make this ready last month? These are all the words that managers and leaders use that is not realistic and it's not logic. So when they are not realistic on their capacity, what more, understanding their talents or employee competency. 2 words I use here, 3 words I use here: capacity, capability and competency. When founders are not aware of what are the total capacity or load that can one person put on their shoulder and expected to deliver at that certain time, and do not help to remove challenges but just expected results yesterday, these are all leadership failures. So number 1 or 2, I would put it together, is first to please understand the strength of your people. Who did you just hire? At what competency can this person deliver? Are you giving this person the right capability? And at what capacity can this person take up loads? For example, if you have a mother with such a responsibility at home and also challenges, leaders, business owners must look at this and understand and make this person enable to deliver results, not just put and give him more challenges than what this person can handle. So lack of empathy is another thing that most founders, top management need to work on. Not justifying or giving excuse or allowing, but to design, to bring out the best from your talent is number 1.
How can HR professionals balance short-term cost pressures with long-term capability building?
Right. This is quite a tactical question to suit the strategic needs. When you talk about long-term capability building, this is about strategic plan. You look at the 5 years, the 10 years, the 3 years of which core capability that you need to invest in your talent. However, not all these are cost-friendly. So as a HR, usually we struggle with the operational expenditure the salary, the perks, the benefits, but in balancing the short term with long-term capability building, HR must understand fully how critical capability will affect the future. So for your team to be ready in 5 years, the investment of competency starts now. If you're going to need 5 managers in 5 years, you have to start building your managers now and give them ample time and process for them to grow, to learn, to fail, and also to prove that they are doing their best to stay in the organization. So that is one thing that HR must be really serious in, especially in SME, where most of HR personnel do not have this long-term interpretation or understanding of what the organization needs. Talk more with the founders, understand the inspiration, and then help them to identify critical area where the investment of talent start now with smaller investment. Yeah, so the incremental investment is key, and HR can help that.
Can you share an example where a simple change in job design significantly boosted productivity?
Alright, this is a very interesting question because this is where companies will always call in manpower optimization consultants to come in. Yeah, the first example is where when a company starts to accept AI as key resource. So you will see that, for example, a task such as writing letter, preparing letter, used to take 2 or 3 hours by experienced staff. If non-experienced, this could have taken 2 days, right? But with AI, this is being done 5 minutes, and 5 minutes with no spelling error and no time taken for the managers to do proof. So this has reduced so much. So what we can say that if we identify a task that includes usage of technology, this will now reduce the job full-time equivalent hours, the hours taken to complete an objective. So this is where when we start to have the right processes, including the technology or tools, when we write the job description again, a person can add more 30 to 40% of different tasks for each position. So that is one. And secondly, the ability or expectation that the personnel are able to do analysis using tools, expedite decision making. So the whole lead time and process time is now reduced to 70%. So with this, you will see that the writing of the job descriptions must also change. The KPI has changed. Expectation on quality, non-comprehensible. So these are the areas where changes in how you write the job description based on the design process and system thinking can change the number of your staff. So this is why HR need to have this capability. Managers need to have this capability because we want quality, not quantity.
What tools or metrics do you recommend for measuring manpower optimization success?
Alright, if we are called by our customer to start a conversation on manpower optimization, the first number that we ask them is their revenue and their total staff. The FTE ratio, the FTE revenue ratio will indicate are they actually operating their business as benchmark profitable company. That's the first indicator. So if their company is already operating at mid-size but FTE and revenue ratio are still like startup, there must be something not right about how they design their manpower. That's number one. But for smaller company, we will always look at their employee cost ratio with their revenue. Yeah, if their revenue is if their cost of employee is more than 30% of the company revenue, then they have to look back at the whole business results, yeah, whether the revenue they are targeting for that year justify for their manpower cost. So that is how we start the conversation on optimization.
How can smaller businesses with limited resources apply the same principles used by MNCs?
Okay, small businesses have founders, have the top management. They are the CEO, they are the entrepreneur, and what they can do is they must make sense of the key performance indicator. Yeah, they must be able to differentiate what is key results and what is key performance. And when they are expecting intensity and load, yeah, mass size, they must differentiate it with small results. Or in another simpler way, SME, small enterprise, must differentiate whether the task that you want your staff to do, is this just once-off stuff or this is a repeatable stuff, and if they need to be putting specific focus or commitment to make any initiative successful, are they now being given the right capability? Do founder or small business think of how can I enable my staff to deliver the things I want? Not just focusing on asking for results, asking for tasks, and then everything is urgent. So I think the key here is the founder really need to sharpen the leadership and management skill so that they can be fair and they can be just to their employees, and now they will make sure that the employee is also developed, given opportunity, space and resources for them to deliver the results. This is all MNCs, GLCs practice. They don't just crush you, but they enable you. So founders have to start to enable their employees.
What is the biggest misconception about workforce optimization that you'd like to debunk?
Okay, the first key misconception is the word optimization implies reduction. Well, optimization is not about reducing resources. Optimization is to make sure all your current resources are being put into full use at its best potential, at its best value to give you maximum return. So, if we fail to design the right task for each of our talent to give their full best, so we are not optimizing our organization. We might just think of reducing costs. Why are we reducing costs when we are the one who put up that cost at the first place? Yeah, so maybe we were looking at the capacity or the external factor, like we would say the market is not good, business is not good, so let's optimize our manpower. But what we did, we just cut numbers. That's not optimization at all. Optimization is really look at the whole organizational design. How many body counts do you have versus the positions that you design, and how to make sure each body alive, each talent that you bring in, you give these people the right capacity, expectations, target, training for them to be the best beyond job description, beyond their salary box. Now you inspire them to be better, and then you allow them and you engage with them. So these are things that when people mention optimization, people just think it as mathematics. Reduce number and then you will reduce cost. But you must remember the implications of reducing the number. It goes with justification of removing the positions. Once you remove a position, you cannot rehire for the same position because that's against the labor practice. You cannot just use the word optimization to remove the person you failed to get their best, and then you just start to hire the new body for the same position. Manpower optimization talks about the position, not so much about who is in the position, but how would you optimize that full-time 1,600 FTE and the cost that you put to have this person as part of your resource. This should be your asset, not your liability. But if you start to think of your staff is liability, remuneration, hospital, MC, leaves, you start to go on that side of human resource practice, then you will use optimization words wrongly. When you are a great leader, when you are a good leader, if you are a leader at all, the best thing that you can do in optimization is to make sure everybody who exists in your organization give their best. If their job design is not enough, redesign their job. If their competency is not right, upskill and reskill them to give you the right results you want. That is optimization, not just cutting numbers and retrenchment.
With AI and automation reshaping roles, how can HR future-proof their manpower strategies?
Right. First of all of us, all of human, all of the human resources leaders must understand the limitation of the adopted technology. For example, now we are talking about AI. Are we just talking about having a LLM, GPT level of AI, or we are already going onwards with AI agentic here? We have clients that replace 200 of their staff with one single AI solutions, and they are keeping their dynamic here with only 9 key talents managing 200 capacity of staff. So you will see that the key to designing a good manpower strategies is, number one, to now understand what is the limitation of the technology adoption. Secondly, what we need to do is to identify which one is about efficiency and load, and which one is about effectiveness and creation. Because if we do not clearly identify the needs of each function where loads and efficiency can be replaced by AI, we might do a wrong manpower projection. So what we need to be focusing is what is the capability that we need for our future organizations and business. That key capability now will give you the right selection of talent that can multitask and use technology for efficiency and loads. This is very key. If I can say it in more straightforward, focus on identifying capability, hire talent that can manage capability, not just those who do loads or repeating tasks, because anything that we can define in system and process can be replaced by AI. So now HR has to understand not just the operating system and the whole value chain, but also the strategic plan, identify key competencies, and now select talent that can contribute and grow your capability, not so much on capacity. So that is how we HR can help the business to sustain and be relevant, because we can control our growth and also the cost. So that's how we remain in the market.
What is the one actionable tip you would give attendees to implement after your conference session?
Right, do this. First thing first, when you go back to your company, make understand of your operating model. Yeah, draw your value chain. Discuss this with your manager, founder, and then for each of the function in the value chain, you now look at the processes where capability is key. Not so much capacity, capability is key. And then once you have identified the capability, move one step lower, look at that capability and look at the people inside those functions. Their competencies is matching up with the capability. So once you have that aligned, and then you kind of know the company business targets. When it comes to business targets, this is where capacity become a question. But to deliver each of the results is always capability. Now, if HR can have that functions clear with the objective and capability and the personnel competency, chances are they are already in a safe mode to operate at competitive. If they have no idea how to do stock take of the numbers, of the competency, of the KPI, of the job description, then they have to start looking for help. There's a lot of work to be done there. So that is my one action item that they can go back and help their company to win.
Why should HR leaders, business owners, founders should attend the SME HR Conference 2025, and what key takeaways can they expect from your talk?
Right. From our attendance, we have HR executive and managers, and we also have founders. Now, HR is not just a department or position. HR is one of key element in managing a business and organization. This onus stands on the leadership and team. So why they must attend conference? Because if we HR and leaders fail to unlearn and relearn best practice, we already fail our company. So where else should we get, or can we get, reliable sharing if not attending a good conference like this? So for HR to get updated of the new mindset, new value, new technique, then they must attend conference. In one of our projects, we were called to do manpower optimization, and we followed through all the process. The clients really wanted to invest in making sure they have the right number for the right growth strategies. So when we are doing the cleaning or reorganizing their business processes, and we calculated the optimum number to deliver the objective, we went to the board presenting that the company has an excess of 30% of manpower. So we were quite in a suspense because usually a typical board and leadership team will just quickly say, now we can reduce that number. But this particular client, when the CEO listened to all the cases, the functions, the objective, and the numbers that we have shown, he now said, we are doing a good job for maintaining that 30% succession. This means that next year, I can increase the business results 30% more. So this is what we want to hear from leaders, not to cut people, but to see this. Once you already do all your manpower upkeep, then you will see that there are space and opportunity to grow in the market, to really upskill and reskill and push. So this behavior of top management that is not so popular and typical is what we always keep in mind. If we ever do manpower optimization, the top management will have this kind of view, not just to reduce manpower. That's what keeps us going in doing this service. There's three things that all business people or industry must look into different perspective. Number one, a company. Your company, your employee branding will bring you better talent every time. So make sure that you are clean in the social media or in the record, or do best at providing the best experience, because your company name will now become the reference and also attract your best talent. Number two, business leaders must make sure the business model is being updated to fully utilize whichever generation you are employing. For example, now you have more of Generation Z. Stop complaining about Generation Z, but make sure you design a business model that can fully utilize their strengths. And as organization, we must really unlearn our experience with our boss 25 years ago, because we need to be bringing the new experience for the next 30 years. So stop comparing of how we used to be, but build organization with a leadership that is aware of the future needs. Open the heart for the positivity of the new things that coming in. So that's my message for all business owners, HR, leadership team, middle managers, those who are in the same position for 40 years, still in the same industry. We must start looking forward and do the right thing for the next generation. Hi, I'm Jasmiza. For most of my clients, some of them call me Kak Jas and some call Puan Jas, but I'm really Jasmiza that has been helping more than 200 organizations in giving their best performance via organizational performance or operational excellence. We have served for the last 20 years. And I hope that I can share with you all the experience and lessons that I've gained throughout my practices with my team.